and short ADHD and then OCD, SPD. So intellectual disability is characterized as low intelligence. Intellectual disability means child learns and develops more slowly than other children. Okay, so American Association of Intellectual and Development Ability, they have defined intellectual disability as a disability characterized by significant limitations in both intellectual functioning and in adaptive behavior, which covers many everyday social and practical skills. This disabilities originates before the age of 18, is a condition of significantly sub-average general intellectual functioning that impacts adaptive behavior. So here when we take up the causes are genetic conditions, Down syndrome is one of the example, and fragile syndrome also. Then problems during pregnancy also affects interferes with fetal brain development. Then problems during childbirth, during pregnancy, that interferes with the fetal brain, and then problems during childbirth, that is when the child is deprived of oxygen during childbirth or born extremely premature, intellectual disabilities happen. So can occur due to brain injury or prevent the brain from developing normally. Okay, so serious head injury can hurt the brain and cause intellectual disabilities at any point during life. Some of these disabilities are temporarily and others can be permanent. Sometimes intellectual disabilities are hereditary. So physical disability here, disability is the long-term impairment or loss of a individual's body function is to perform an activity independently, such as walking, bathing, toileting, etc. A person can be physically disabled due to some reasons like congenital, acquired. Congenital means physical disability since birth or disabilities developed a later stage due to genetic problem. Acquired is a child may acquire the disability due to accident. Many infections such as polio disease and disorders such as stroke or cancer also can affect. So these are the ways mobility and physical. When physical disability happens, mobility and physical impairment happens, amputee, then cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, then visual impairment, hearing impairment. All these things comes under. So you need to study that clearly. Okay. So causes of disability is heredity cause, physical ailment, mental factors, occupational, environmental, and physical factors, social factors, accidents, poverty, diet, drug addiction, lack of education. Okay. So these are the things. Then what are the types of disorders? Disorders are ADHD, SPD, ASD, ODD, OCD. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. SPD is sensory processing disorder. ASD is autism spectrum disorder. ODD is oppositional deficient disorder, and OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, so ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, develops in a child that after how well someone can sit still, focus and pay attention. So they have problem in paying attention. They may have problem in the function such as includes attention disorder, then concentration disorder, then even inattention, hyperactive, they will be hyperactive, impulsive. So these are the symptoms. Okay. So remaining I will be saying out when I am coming out. Okay. SPD is sensory processing, that is formally known as sensory integration dysfunction, refers to the way the nervous system receives message from the senses and turns them into inappropriate motor and behavior response. It exists when sensory signals are either not detected or don't get organized into appropriate responses. A child suffers SPD, finds it hard to process and act upon information received through the senses. So, the symptoms are hypersensitivities, hyposensitivities. Okay, causes are genetics, physical, and environmental. ASD is autism spectrum disorder, refers to range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behavior, speech, and non-verbal communication, as well as by unique strength and on differences. It is also known that there is not only one autism but many types. So, symptoms are feels difficult with communication and interacting with others, then repetitive and different behavior, moving their bodies. So the causes are genes or environmental triggers. So ODD is oppositional deficient disorder. It is known as disruption behavior, and then frequent display of bad temperament, they argue excessively with adults. And then causes are same way, genetics and environmental. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, a common this is very common, chronic and long lasting. Like they keep rubbing, washing their hands, and then they will keep checking the closed doors. Obsession related to fear of germs or unwanted, forbidden, prohibited thoughts, aggressive thoughts towards others and self. Compulsive is excessive cleaning, then ordering and arranging things all the time, then repeatedly checking, then compulsive counting. So these are all obsessive. Yes, it is genetic, biological, environmental, or behavioral. Okay, so let me finish with this. Thank you. You all can check it. என்ன பாப்பா